Olayinka, who joins me to talk around the figures from the exchange for today. Good afternoon, Mr. Olayinka, and thank you for joining the program.
Yeah, good afternoon, Toby. It's my pleasure.
Yes, after I think there was a bit of a low yesterday, the market stayed a bit in red, but today is back up 0.47%, what we have here. But at your end, what are the fundamentals surrounding this positive move that we've seen again in recent times, Mr. Olayinka?
Okay, yeah, I mentioned it, sometime in the past that, yes, at this time we will have markets, behave this way, up and down, maintaining a base, just moving around that, 100,000 index point. That is what we have currently, and that is what we have seen for the past, even when we had index below 100,000. I knew that, markets show some kind of resilience. So we are going to continue to have it around that 100,000 mark. So today, what happened was that some stocks had some kind of positive movement in terms of price sensitive information that came around those stocks, like UCAP, like United Capital, and Ohando. In the case of Ohando, it was a judgment that was delivered in favor of that. In favor of the shareholders of that company. So it looks like Ohando might not really be least, contrary to what they initially gave to the market. So these are things that are causing price movements around these stocks. So Ohando gained full almost 10%, 9.something%, almost 10%, same thing with UCAP because of the dividend of 2 for 1 and interim dividend. I mean, because of bonus of 2 for 1 and interim dividend of 90 kobo. So these are price sensitive information that are driving some of these stocks. So but if you look at the other side, we saw Zenith and some other banking stocks actually dropping heavily. Again, these are speculations around stocks that are actually coming to the market. It's normal. So what we see there are just normal things that you see at this time, especially for those banks that are coming to the market that are yet to actually announce their price. So you see this kind of movement that we saw today. So it's just a normal market.
For the list of gainers here, we have UC Cap, we have Ohando, we have AfriProd, Len Africa, ABC Transport, Losers, Lincolnshire, Veritas Cap, Vitafoam, Livestock, and Zenith Bank. Now that the banks are expected, or they're already coming to the exchange to raise funds, of course, ahead of the recapitalization exercise, is that in any way affecting trading patterns?
Of course. In fact, it's just affecting trading patterns. Like, for instance, if you look at what happened to Zenith today, during intraday, we didn't have much drop. But, of course, some investors, especially those what we call day traders, they normally lay ambush on stock like that to see whether they can have some kind of even if it's just 3 or 4% gain in a day. So I think this looked like today they got it wrong. Why many of them went into that stock in the morning, hoping that before the close of market, that stock will have very strong appreciation. It was a different thing entirely, and so the stock went down. So those category of speculators we need to sell down again to be able to reduce their losses. So that's the kind of thing we saw in Zenith, because there was no reason for selling to drop as much as 7% in a day. It's a strong stock, it's a strong company, it has strong fundamentals. So when you see market behave that way, it tells you that yes, day traders are actually taking hold of the market, and that's what we saw in Zenith today. In some other stocks like UCAP that you mentioned, that one is just basically because of the corporate action. What is coming, to shareholders from that company by way of like I mentioned earlier, 2 for 1 bonus share, and of course interim dividend of 90 kobo. That's a fantastic corporate action from that company, and many investors are actually to buy that stock. So that market is going to be this. We are going to see this kind of frenzy, going forward. It's a season for market oscillation.
Finally, the NGX group recently unveiled the NGX Invest platform. I think it's a digital platform to distribute public offers and rights issues. Can you tell us what positive this is to the market?
Okay, what that does is that, because of the fact that if you look at what happened during the banking consolidation of 2005, 2006, of 2004, 2005, we saw a category of retail investors that were not too, I will call them traditional because they were not part of the market initially, but they saw the kind of offers that were, brought to the market by those banks. Like those mechanics, those shoemakers, those people that you never even imagine will participate in a market, in an offering. So we saw that retail participation. But this time around, it looks like inflation may likely affect those category of investors. And so there's a new category of retail investors that are coming that will benefit from that, a platform. So that, all these Gen Z, all this younger generation of investors are particularly targeted there so that they can more or less replace the old the old traditional investors that will probably not be able to play this market this time because of inflation. So because of poor purchasing power. So we're likely to see younger generation of investors, young bankers, young retailers, people who are doing business, who still want to be part of the market, and who can actually invest from the comfort of their rooms or from anywhere in the world, including Nigerians in diaspora. So it's going to be an interesting development, and I'm sure some are already embracing this platform. Of course, some will still wait till the offer will close so that they can still make use of their money before investing. So it's a natural thing that we'll see. It's a good development.
Mr. Tajudeen Olayinka, I must thank you always for your contributions to the program. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.